CEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
Kayo po ay patuloy na nakikinig sa INCRadio at oras po natin sa buong kabulaan, 7:04 na po ng umaga, susunod na Satellite Studio on Review. Hey! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa lahat ng mga viewers and listeners natin all over the world. Welcome po kayong muli sa ating program, Satellite Studio on Review. Today is October 25, 2025, Saturday na naman. Sana po ay nasa mabuti po kayong kalagayan habang kayo po ay naka-tune in po sa program. Ano man po ang inyong ginagawa o di kaya ay nasa bed pa po kayo, medyo nag-iinat-inat pa dahil sa wala naman po kayong pasok today. Good for you, ha? At syempre yung mga friendly drivers on the road naman po natin na ngayon po ay bumibiyahe pa, no? Kahit mga Sabado, Linggo ay talagang ginugugol yung panahon para sila po ay makapaghanap buhay. Yung mga nasa biyahe po ngayon, nasa MRT o LRT, nasa mga pampublikong mga sasakyan, abay ingat-ingat lamang po kayo sa pagbiyahe. At syempre ganun panatilihin po nating alerto ho tayo. Medyo mainit po ang panahon ngayon, maaliwalas ang panahon ngayon dito sa Metro Manila. Pero mamaya hindi natin alam kung uulan ba or ano magiging lagay po ng panahon. Kaya ano man po yung magiging sitwasyon, sana po laging ready tayo. Ingat-ingat din. Usong-uso din po ngayon sa atin dito, lalo pang tumataas yung bilang po na may kaso ng influenza-like illnesses. Yun. May ubo, sipon, lagnat, trangkaso, kaya ingat-ingat ho tayo. Kaya kapag may mga sintomas tayo na nararamdaman, gawin natin yung kaukulang protocol. Health protocol yan. Kailangan mag-face mask na tayo. Isolate na natin yung ating sarili sa ating po mga mahal sa buhay. Para yung mga kasama po ninyo sa bahay ng mga bata, wag naman sila mahawa. No? Gawin po natin yung kaukulang pag-iingat at syempre magpahinga. Bawal pong matulog o magpuyat nang wala namang kabuluhan. Lalo na yung mga bata. Syempre po, kumain po ng masustansyang pagkain at syempre laging mag-exercise. Nagagawa kaya natin to hanggang ngayon, Kuya Danny Borges at Kuya Henry Laborte. Lakad-lakad lang, no? Lakad-lakad lang. The best exercise po. Libre na, lakad lang yan. Kung malapit lang naman eh. Kaya yung mga kababayan natin ay may mga nakalagay sa kanilang mga kamay na pang-check kung ilang step. Naaabot ba nila yung 10,000 step nila every day? Good. Parang maganda po yan Na-goal po natin para makapag-burn tayo ng calories. Ayan. Panibagong kwentuhan na naman ang ating matutunghayan dito po sa Satellite Studio on Review. Ako pong kapatid Cheng Dalawa dito po makakasama nyo sa studio. At syempre, hindi ho makukumpleto yung ating Sabado pagka wala tayong kasama. Mula po sa Shiba, Tokyo, Japan. Kasama po natin si Ate Angela. Hello Ate Angela. Ohayo gozaimasu. Konnichiwa.
Ohayo gozaimasu po, Kacheng, at sa lahat po ng nanonood. Ohayo, konnichiwa, konbanwa po, mga kapatid. Salamat po sa patuloy na pagsuporta sa ating Satellite Studio on Review.
Iyon, ngiti pa lang ni Ate Angela, kita mo yung kanyang dalawang dimple ay mapapabangong ka. Ayan. How's the weather po dyan sa Japan ngayon, sa Shiba?
It's been raining here po in Shiba, Kacheng. So parang ilang araw na rin po na puro ulan, and we're still expecting rains from until Monday po, no po. And malamig na rin po. Last time nag-drop na po tayo ng 11 and we're expecting na mas lalamig pa po. So ingat po ang lahat, stay safe and dry.
Yun true, no? Kailangan ay so ibig sabihin anywhere in the world talagang yung pagbabago ng klima. So what's the season ngayon dyan sa Japan ngayon?
Autumn po, and we're expecting na anytime soon sasalubungin na po natin yung winter, Kacheng.
So this is the transition between the season po ngayon din winter, no? So is it the best season or month na pumunta dyan sa Japan? Or kasi pagka mga December or January, super lamig na siguro dyan, no?
Yes po. But ganitong transition po kasi medyo maulan. So I'd
Okay.
I'd refer yung springtime po natin so that our visitors can see yung mga cherry blossoms
Yun,
po
no?
natin.
Oo.
Gotcha.
Yun, sigurado yan. So, yun po yung mga sikat po ng mga season po na dapat pumunta po dyan sa Japan. At syempre, bumati ka muna sa mga friendship mo dyan, especially yung mga mahal nyo sa buhay dito sa Pilipinas, then dyan sa Japan.
Yes po, I would like to greet po my husband, Brother Greg Santiago Jr., who's
Oo.
watching right now.
Mm.
My family in Pastorlac po, Aquino family. And also, we have right now Sister Sharon Santos, who's actually watching. We also have Sister Naomi Matsumoto, Sister Mary Jane de Guzman, and all the brethren from the local of Shiba, District of Tokyo, Japan po. Hello po.
Ayun, salamat po sa mga binati po na yan. Siyempre, binabati rin po natin yung mga viewers natin dyan po sa Coronadal City, South Cotabato. At ganoon din po sa Isabela West. Good morning po sa inyo. So, panibagong kwento na naman, Ate Angela, ang ating pong matutunghayan po ngayon. But this time, we're go to the United States of America. Kasi po, ongoing po yung kanilang mga rebranding ng kanilang mga programa, and we are enjoying the new seasons of Satellite Studio in abroad, together with our talaga namang napakasisipag po ng mga producers po natin from different parts of the world. But this time, we're going to South Central State Satellite Studio. Yun, makakapiling po natin. Do you have any opening billboard kaya with the bago po nilang season? Yun. Makakasama po natin mamaya po sa ating pong programa po yan. Pag-usapan natin, Ate Angela, mahilig ka ba sa mga game show? Oo.
Indeed po, Kacheng. Talaga
Ayan.
namang yan po yung mga nagbibigay sa atin ng panibagong sigla no, po whenever we play games. So, syempre po, yan, nagbibigay na po tayo ng idea kung sino ba yung makakasama natin this morning, Kacheng.
Yeah, so eto na. Kasama na ho natin sa ating pong linya po ng ating communication from Texas po. Linya na ho natin, Sister Arnie. Hello po. Welcome po sa
Hello
Satellite
po,
Studio and Review.
everybody. Good morning. It's evening here in Texas po.
Okay.
How's everybody doing?
We're fine, and kindly greet po your friends and our brethren there in your district po.
So I want to say hello to everybody from South Central States, especially those who's always tuning in to our radio program, to my co-host Nate, who's actually logged in right now po, and then also EJ. He's another one of our hosts for the chat line, which is another show that we do po. So, and then of course, like I said, all the brethren here in South Central States. We're not a very big district, but we do get support from the people here po.
Yun.
That's nice. And that's what's important po.
Okay, so we're by the way po, Sister Arnie, you're what local are you from?
So I am currently from Fort Worth, Texas po. Although we're in the state of Texas, we're not in the district of Texas. That's a different district. We're actually in the district of South Central States po.
And what are your offices po in the church, aside from being the one of the hosts po of the Satellite Studio South Central and also the chat line?
So that's my duty right now, is just INCRadio po. Well, I also INC Media, but we don't really have a media group here yet. So I used to do things for INC TV.
Nice to hear that po, ate. And we're so happy to have you here in our program po. And talaga namang nakaka-excite po na panoorin ngayon yung mga rebranded program from the United States. sa pangunguna po ng inyong executive producer, Brother Manly Andaya. Hello, Kuya Manly. How are you po? I hope you watching right now, Brother Manly. Napakasipag po nating executive producer po. And also, Ate Arnie, could you please greet your loved ones here in the Philippines po? Where are they po?
So the only family I have right now in the Philippines are my parents. They're in Baguio right now. Usually they're here in the States during the summertime, but when it's winter, they're there in Baguio. And so I say hello to my parents in Baguio po. I do have friends and relatives in Naik, Cavite, but our family is so large that it's hard to say hello to every single one.
Okay. So, what food you miss here in the Philippines po? Filipino food po?
I think the one that I really miss there that can't compare to what we have here po is the Filipino desserts. You know, like sepen, kuchinta, things like that. Because even though
Oh.
people make it here, it
Mm-mm.
doesn't taste the same as in the Philippines. And I think, and the other thing I miss there is the mango that they sell on the street with bagoong.
Oh, really?
The one that's sour and big and green. Yes, po.
Yes.
Because
Oh.
here it's the mango here is from Mexico, and so it's the yellow mango. They don't have the big green caribou
Mm-mm.
mango here, po.
Okay, so nakakamiss naman talaga yan, Ate Angela. Ikaw ba,
Yeah, but that's actually
matakam?
one of my favorite po, Kashing. And
Oo.
sometimes buying those kind of mangoes here in Japan will really cost a lot. So
Oo. Oo.
I feel you are at the Arnie.
Ayan, at saka yung mga delicacies po natin dito sa Pilipinas na yung mga dessert na yan, no? Talaga namang iba't ibang region, may mga different twist po yan, Ate Angela and Ate Arnie. So talagang mamimiss mo yung mga lutong Pinoy. Yon. But do you cook po, Ate Arnie? Sister Arnie?
Yes, Opo, yes, I do. I do cook Filipino dishes, but I specialize in Italian food, usually is
Mm.
what I like to cook. Italian
Okay.
or American food po.
Oo. What's your specialty in Filipino cuisine po? Food?
I think the one that I think I like to cook, because everybody cooks adobo, right? But I like
Yes.
to cook kare kare because I
Kare-kare.
like to put a lot of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
sometimes when people cook it or when you go to the Filipino restaurants, it doesn't have that much flavor. But I love putting a lot of peanut butter in my kare kare.
Ikaw ba, Ate Angela, ay
Yes, po.
mahilig ka rin, oy, sa mga Kapampangan, mahilig ba ang Kapampangan sa kare-kare?
Yes, we love kare-kare po, especially when paired with bagoong, Kacheng.
Yun, no?
And lately po, sumisikat is yung crispy pork kare-kare. No po,
Yes,
because
oh.
the way we combine yung
Mm-mm.
texture po ng crispy meat and also yung sauce po natin, which is full of peanut butter, and then we try, so it's a little sweet, and then we combine it or we pair it with bagoong na ginisa po, which is really good with a lot of rice po.
Ako, masisira yung diet natin yan, ah.
Yes po.
But aside from cooking po, but we don't believe it totally yet, Ate Arnie, because we didn't
Unless
even...
we tried it
Yes,
po.
unless we try it po. But aside from pagluluto, ano po yung mga lagi po niyong ginagawa, you love the most na ginagawa po ninyo? Do you love traveling po, Ate Arnie?
Yes, traveling is one of my most favorite things to
Oh,
do.
really?
I think when I went to Europe for the first time, it made me just want to keep going back. So
Mm-mm.
I try to do my best to go to different parts of the world, and it's for me it's a great adventure because not only do we get to see what the different monuments and everything like that, but then when we go worship and we get to meet the other brethren and the different locals, it's really nice book
Mm-mm.
because even though you're in a foreign land,
Mm-mm.
as soon as you set foot in the chapel, it's like, oh, everybody knows each other even though we really don't know each other.
Yeah, that's gusto rin namin mag-travel. But
Soon po, Kacheng, you
we're
should
going to plan for
visit
that. Yan.
Mexico.
Hindi naman po kailangan po na kailangan yung mga bagay na yun, Ate Angela, kailangan pinagpaplanuhan eh. Di ba?
Yes po, a lot of time.
Pinag-iipunan para sa ganun
Mhm.
matupad, especially pag may mga kids na po kayo, may family na po kayo, with you para mag-travel po. Yung memories kasi noon, Ate Angela at Sister Arnie, ay talagang napaka-important po noon eh. Lalo yung mga bata lumalaki na. So we need to they need to experience also travel from different parts of the world po. Pero you plan po para dyan, para sa ganun at makapag-ipon. Okay po. Ate
And I
Angela.
don't have any children, but I usually take my nephews on my
Uy.
trip, so I will borrow my sister's kids,
Oo.
so that sometimes if I don't want to go by myself, I'll take them. And so, they're very fortunate because it's something that maybe they couldn't afford to do, but
Mm-mm.
because of, they come with me, then they're able to see different
Mm.
parts of the world
Could
also.
you take us also as your nephew po when you going to
Sure, sure.
Naunahan niyo po ako, Kacheng.
Napakapalad naman ng mga tita na yan mga apo na mga pamangkin po na yan. But bukod po diyan, ano po yung pinagkakaabalahan niyo po? What's your work po? Current work po, Ate Arnie?
So for me, I work for the airlines. I'm a corporate instructor. So
Mm.
I work at headquarters, and what I do is I teach classes
No.
for our new hires, for those who are getting promotions. So I,
Mm.
I teach different classes, but that's what I do.
Wow. Oh.
I do
So
training. Yes.
you're working at the airlines for how many years?
It's been 10 years now.
Oh,
And
so
so,
it's a decade.
uh, so my uncle used to work for the airlines, and I used to fly on his benefits.
Mm.
And I enjoyed it so much that I gave up my career to
Mhm.
go work for the airlines. And
Mhm.
so now, I mean, one of the beauty of it is working for an airline is I could go anywhere in the US and
Mm.
it's free. As long as there's seats available, it's free.
Mm.
And then when I go international, all I do is pay taxes. So every time I go to Japan, I'm only paying $40 and I could be in first class.
That's such a nice privilege po, Ka
Yeah.
Arnie.
Oh.
Oh, but if I may ask po, what was your career back then before joining the company right now po?
So before that, I was doing marketing for commercial real estate, and then I was also doing training for medical sales. So I've always had a training background of some sort. And so then when I went to American, I was waiting until they finally got an opening in the training department. And so that's when I joined the training department.
That's such a nice journey po, Ka Arnie. And we hope everyone gets the privilege as well to have free flights and just pay for taxes because who doesn't want to travel, right? That's such
Oh,
a
well, yes.
Mm.
It was like when I first started, I was craving pizza. So I literally went to New York City just for the day,
Mm.
just to go have pizza and then come back home.
Mm. Is that is your privilege, Ate Sister Arnie, is transferable?
It's not transferable, but
Ah.
like I could have one companion. So like
Oh.
if you were married and have kids, then your spouse and the children have those benefits also. But since I'm not married and I don't have kids, then I
Mm.
can have one person that I
Yeah.
could put
Okay.
as my companion. And
Mm.
for right now, it's my nephew. It used to be my sister, which was his mom, and
Mm.
then I took it away from her and gave it to my nephew. And now my other sisters want it, so but my nephew doesn't want to give it up yet.
Yeah, okay.
So
What's we're going back to the your career right now po. What's the feeling po that you are dealing with people or those who are inspiring po to join the airline company po, and you are the one who molding them and do the training for them. How is it po?
it's very rewarding because first of all, hopefully they have good customer service because that's what's really important in this
Yes.
industry. But then when we have to teach them the technical aspect of the job, it's not so easy. And
Mm-mm.
so sometimes they do struggle, but then when they get that moment where they start to learn and they pick it up, and then all of a sudden they get that aha moment, I finally got it.
Mm-mm.
It's just rewarding because you see their struggles and then you
Mm-mm.
see them succeed.
Mm-mm.
And then also when I fly to the different places, all the students who I had in the past would always, come up to me while I'm checking in or when I'm
Yes.
boarding the plane. They'll
Mm-mm.
always,
Just say
just come up to me and
hi.
hug me and
Yeah,
thank
that's
me
great.
for what I
Oh.
did.
Oh, that's very rewarding in your part. Being a teacher
Yes,
po
well,
for that's important po, no? And is there any Filipino who also applying for that job po?
Oh yes, po. It's really nice because when we have Filipinos coming to the class, sometimes when you look at their name, you know they're Filipino, or else sometimes when they start talking in class, even though there's different Asians, then I could tell they're Filipino. And so that's a thing I always, when I'm starting to teach and I realize that, I will always ask them, "Oh, so where are you from?" And then they say, "Oh, we're from California." I said, "No, no, no, no. Where are you really from?" Right? And they go, "Oh, we're from the Philippines." And then so we build a rapport with them.
Mm.
To when we find out they're also Filipino.
Yun. Okay, talking about as an instructor po or a trainer po, are you setting up the high standard po or just getting the requirements for the job po?
No, we want to make sure that we start with the basics of the job functions, but then like I said, we also focus a lot on customer service and providing great customer service for our
Mm.
customers that fly, because that's very important. If you don't have good customer service, then customers are going to complain, especially now with social media.
Mm.
There's a lot of negativity out there, and so we want to make sure that whatever they do, they take care of the customers,
Yeah.
because we don't know why people fly. It could be they're on vacation, it
Mm-mm.
could be they're visiting somebody that's sick, and so we want to make sure they have empathy, and we want to make sure that they actually care for the people that we're servicing.
Mm. Your skills in your current job and your profession po, Sister Arnie, is also what you need in your program right now, no? Uh, yeah, it's one of the good and skills and characteristics that you need in order to be connected with our viewers and listeners every time you do your program po.
Yes, po. I mean, especially, you can't be shy, because
Mm.
if you're shy and you're on radio, then it's like dead air, and you never want that when you're on radio. And so it's really important to be sociable, even if it's people you've never met before or
Yes.
you just met them that morning.
Mm.
When you're on air, you have to show that you have some kind of rapport.
Mm.
And I think that's what hooks the people to watch, is when they see
Yes.
there's chemistry.
Yeah. Do you still how did you adjust yourself because your job is a face to face po, talking with the people,
Yes.
dealing with people, but in this program you are dealing with online, watching online, but in your setup or in your studio you're the only one and you only have your camera there in your front. Then how is it po? Did you adjust for this or you're just enjoying it po?
I'm just enjoying it, but I mean, we're very fortunate because my co-host Nate, and from the start, we didn't know each other that well, but somehow we mesh really well. Where, when we're on the program, it looks like we've been friends forever. But with us, because we're in the same area, then we're able to be in studio all together. And then we try to get guests on studio also. But then there are times where we do, have to do the video, and it's kind of hard, like
Mm-hmm.
looking at somebody on the screen, but it's things we adjust to, especially like when we do chat line. We're all in different places, but it's something we adjust to, only just to make sure that the program runs well with all the people. Yes, Bo.
Mm. So good thing po, you extended your family po with our brethren po in different parts of the world. It's through our programs po, Chatline and Satellite Studio. The video, the pictures that we are going to see right now in our video in our YouTube are what is the event? What is this event po, ate?
So 2 weekends ago, po, we had a special gathering here in Texas for all of the choir members in the United States. And so it was really nice because we got to see, everyone from the East Coast to the West Coast to the Midwest, which is our area. But also our executive producer, Kuya Manley, he made it a point where he said, "Okay, everyone, let's meet at a certain time." And so it was nice to actually see the producers in person. And like this, with Flo, I've been talking to Flo for so long, but that was the first time we actually met in person. And also with EJ and Tony,
Mm.
we've been doing chat line for over a year, but it's always just been, via WebEx. And so to
Mm-mm.
see each other in person, I'm like, "Oh, you look shorter than, what we see on radio, or you're taller than what we thought." That was a lot of the comments we got. But it was really nice. And then also those not the fans, but those who are watching our studio
Mm.
audience, where they got to meet everybody. It was such a good experience, but to finally say hello in person and not through the cameras.
We can see on your face po, in your smile, the excitement po that you see each other po from the box, from online, then in the face to face that you been there in that occasion po. So nice experience po, ate. Ah. Oh.
Yes, well, it was very memorable. Hopefully, this will not be the last. Hopefully, they'll
Mm.
have more activities like this. And I was saying, hey, we need to do this for Kadiwas. Instead of just Kadiwa meet and greet like in small places, it has
Mm.
to be like the whole U.S. so that people like me, if we want to find somebody, because here in our district, we're such a small district. You could go to every single local and then there might not be anybody there, right? So
Mm.
to be able to connect with the whole United States, even in maybe Canada and Mexico, the whole North
Mm.
America, I
That's
think would be a
that will
great
be
idea.
possible po, Ate Arnie po, with God's help po, and through the different uh, activities launched by the
Person,
church
yes.
administration po.
Mhm.
Soon you will be meet each other, even though our brethren po from Canada and different parts of the world po. Okay, what's the feeling po na during that time po? It's just like a reunion po, Ate Arnie, no? No.
Yes, but because I'm actually originally from California, I only moved to Texas for work,
Mm.
and so a lot of my friends were in the choir in California. So it was nice to see them, and then some of them were like their children were in the children's choir, and so
Mm.
the parents came, and we used to do a lot of things together in California. So it was like one big reunion. Everywhere you look, you see people hugging each other, getting
Yes.
excited to see each other, and then like I said, meeting people in person that we've never met in person.
Yeah, and maybe Sister Arnie, you have a message for them and to all your co-hosts before, and also your co-choir members, and also their children that you just met there in that one big activity.
Yes, I mean it was just nice, to reminisce on the past, and then when they say, "Oh, look, this is my child," and I'm like, "How are you old enough to have a child? I knew you when you were CWS. How could you have a child?" So it was just nice to catch up, and like I said, to see where, because other people have moved also, so they're not all in California anymore, and so to be able to see people from like Washington D.C., Florida, New York, and different parts of the US was really nice.
That's really nice to hear po. And especially the feeling, right po.
Mm.
Even though you just met them in for once or for the first time, the feeling and the connection is already there since you've been talking
Yes,
online for the
yes,
church office po. That's really
yes.
nice po.
Mm.
And maybe there are also brethren that you'd like to invite po to join your satellite studio, so the family will get bigger po.
Yes, actually, we're always recruiting for South Central States because our program, it's literally just
Mm.
me and Brother Nate. That's it. Nobody else. It's just us two. And so sometimes we're fortunate that we can have someone help us with the tech.
Mm.
But for the most part, it's just us. And so we're like, somebody else join radio. So it's not just always me and Nate, like you'll get a variety. So
Uh,
hopefully more people will join radio. Po.
yes, we're
Yes
looking
po.
forward for that one. You're doing your job to promote always our program po in different platform po. And good thing po talagang dito sa INCRadio, Ate Angela and Sister Arnie, we have instant friends in different parts of the world if you join INCRadio po. Na po?
Yes po. That's right po.
Nakakatuwa yung feeling po na yun, Ate Angela, kasi dito kasi pagka sinabi, do you have friends in abroad? Yeah, I have a lot of friends. You can-
They're all over the world
yes,
po.
you can mention a lot of names in different state in US and Canada
Yeah.
through the INC radio program. So, saya napakasaya. So, your friends are,
In
ikaw,
different
ang
parts.
friends mo, yes, ang friends mo ay all over the world, Ate Angela. Ha?
Yes, po,
Nakakatuwa yung ganun.
international po, Kacheng.
And also, kapag
Yeah.
nagkita kayo, even though you're just meeting through online, pero pag nagkita kayo face to face, parang ang tagal nyo nang magkakilala, no? No?
Indeed
Yes,
po.
Di ba yung feeling na parang long lost friend mo siya, na ang tagal mong di nakita. Yung
Like
bonding
you're
po.
related po.
Yes, yung bonding po ng mga satellite studio po natin na mga host dito, talagang solid po sila. Parang pag nagkita, nagsama-sama, talagang parang matagal na silang hindi nagkikita ng magkakaibigan. Parang personal silang magkakilala. Pero hindi naman, no? Ate Angela, that's the feeling po, mga kaibigan, mga listeners at viewers po namin. Kaya po, masaya po ang mapabilang po sa INCRadio family po. Yon, so
Yes.
mamaya, sa pagbabalik po natin, Ate Angela, Sister Arnie, we're going to talk about your rebranded program. Kaya ano ho ba yung mga segment po dito? Ano po yung mga aabangan? At tatalakayin po natin yan sa pagbabalik po namin dito sa Satellite Studio on Review.
Thank you.
Ito ang INC Radio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
Oras natin sa buong kapulaan 7:34 ng umaga, Philippine Standard Time.
In a world where everything moves fast, waiting feels like falling behind. But maybe waiting isn't wasted time. Maybe it's preparation. Patience doesn't just teach us to wait, it teaches us to trust God's timing and grow through what we go through. Tune in to Faith and Melody as we're joined with Brother Philip Velasquez, a minister of the gospel, and let's talk about patience in progress. This coming Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific or Tuesday at 12 midnight Philippines.
Handa ka na bang tikman ng lasa ng tagumpay? Tara na sa episode 4 ng Business Beat, Sip to Success. Alamin kung paano nagsimula ang ating mga best friends sa kanilang negosyong may puso, sipag at kakaibang timpla ng inspirasyon. Samahan niyo kami sa darating na linggo, 7 to 8 p.m. Philippine Standard Time at sabay-sabay tayong uminom ng inspirasyon tungo sa tagumpay. Hatid ng Business Beat ang kwentong negosyo para sa mga gustong umasenso. Dito lang yan sa INC Radio Calabarzon. Kita-kits, best friend!
Hi mga kateki! It's true na uso ngayon ang online learning lalo na sa mga schools. Pero alam niyo bang consistent rin ang innovation nito? Kung hanap mo ay formal learning with credits or tutorials on how to make creative outputs, baka may e-learning platform na perfect para sa'yo. Kaya samahan niyo kami sa isang masayang talakayan all about e-learning platforms. Pag-usapan natin yan this Saturday, October 25, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Philippine Time. Dito lamang sa inyong favorite weekly tech show, ang URL.
Welcome back po sa ating program, Satellite Studio on Review. Kasama pa rin po natin si Sir Arnie from South Central State. At ang kanilang program po ay Brainy Bunch. Yun. At din lagi po natin inaabangan po yan every time po na mag-program po sila. Siyempre, would like to greet also na yung mga nakatune in po sa ating pong YouTube channel po. Brother Elsam John Bella Cruz, good morning. Thank you for the support. Kuya Mario Oka from Brixtonville. Brother Nathan Russell, thank you so much from Texas. And Sister Tony Valenzuela. Yun. Next na po kayo, Sister Tony, mag-guest dito sa program, ha? You will be next, ha? Sally sa Mortin, good morning. Ka Arnel Rotoni, lokal ng Tondo, distrito ng Maynila. Ka Gina Formentera from lokal ng Turil, Ibig Village Extension, Davao City. Good morning. Ka Priscilla Batan, good morning po sa inyo. Salamat po sa pagsubaybay dito sa Satellite Studio on Review. Ate Angela, baka may mga gusto kang batiin dyan.
Yes po, binabati po natin ang ating destinado ng lokal, kapatid na Isidro Mosquera Jr. at ang kanilang may bahay, maging kanilang anak po, no? And of course, we would like to greet po ang tagapangasiwa po ng ating distrito, kapatid na Eman po, at ang ating pangalawang tagapangasiwa, ang Kaki R. Gonzalez po, at maging ang Ka-Art Cano po. Hello po, at maraming salamat po sa pagsubaybay.
Any shout out po, Ate Sister Arnie?
Sure, since Ate Angela did it, I'm gonna do it too. I want to say hello to Karenz. He's our resident minister here in Fort Worth. And
Uy.
then we also have Brother Romy who is he's when he's around, he helps us with tech, which is a really great helpful.
Mm.
And we have Brother Christian Ross, who is our CFO, and of course our favorite district minister, Paul. We have Brother Andre Silva.
Yeah, and kindly extend my greetings to Brother Renz. Ano? Ayan po.
Oh, you know Karenz po.
Yes po, magkasama po kami before in Kamanaba po, District of Kamanaba po. Yan.
Oh, I will let him know po.
Yeah, okay po. And we're talking about po your satellite studio, your program po, Brainy Bunch. How did you come up
You
with
come
this
with
title of
With the
your
name po.
yes po, your program po?
So the concept of the game po, it's we wanted to see we ask somebody a question
Mm.
and then whether or not they give the right answer or not to try to trick the contestants. And so we originally wanted to say, oh, do you trust me? But they said, oh, that's not a good title. So we had to come up with different titles. And because it's about trivia, of
Mm-mm.
course it's about your brain.
Mm-mm.
And
Brainy,
usually it's
yeah.
yes, Oppo brain. And so it's more than one person. So we're a bunch. And so we just kind of said, okay, let's make it the Brainy Bunch. But
Okay.
it was very hard fought to come up with a title because we had
Yes.
so many different ideas, but
Mm.
we didn't, we had to go through many before
Mm.
we got approved for this one, Paul.
Mm.
Yes
Okay.
po. But what's been good with the title po, Sister Arnie, is that it's really related and you'll get the idea what will happen during the program po. So
Yes.
you came up with a good name po.
Yeah.
And then we wanted our logo to be colorful. That's why
Mm.
we did the different colors instead of just your basic colors. We wanted something that's colorful that's going to stand out. And then also because it's a game show, they have
Mm.
to win something, right?
Mm.
So some of the things they win, we give them a cup.
Wow.
And so
It's
we've
really
got
good po.
Ah.
so we give them a cup and then it comes with our logo.
Mm.
But because this is my cup, what I did was I asked the other satellite studios to send me their logos. So this is Central Valley, this is
Oh.
Washington DC, this
Unstoppable.
is Midwest Bowl, and then this is the Caribbean.
Mm.
And so that's my goal, is to collect more stickers to add the other satellite studios. But the big one is the Brainy Bunch because that's us.
Good thing po ato mo.
We actually got an idea po. From
Mm.
now on, we'll collect stickers as
Can
well.
we
so that
can we
for the
avail that
stores.
also,
And then we have
Ate
a
Arnie?
notebook
Can we join the
Po?
program to avail that mug po?
Yes. Actually, I'm glad you asked that, Bo, because like I was saying, with our district, even though we're spread out through 8 states,
Mm.
there's only 22 local congregations and GWSs.
Mm.
And so we're very small. We don't have that many brethren here. And so we're going to take our show on the road. For
Yes.
example, tomorrow, Bo, I'm going to go to Wichita, which is about 6 hours away from here. And that's where we're going to air, is from Wichita. And so our plan is to take the show on the road,
That's good.
where we have
Grabe.
our studio in Fort Worth, but we also have a traveling studio that I could put in a suitcase and take with me when I go places. And so, Kacheng, if you let me come to the Philippines, we could bring the show there, and I'll
Sure.
bring you a prize.
Yes. Oh. And also you can
But you
go
have to let
to
us use your studio because you guys probably have better equipment than we have. So we'll use all of your equipment, po.
We're going to prepare for you this studio for you po, Ate Arnie po. Soon, ha? I hope that you're going to have any plans to go here in the Philippines po soon po. Okay po. So, aside from this, the title po, ano yung mga pinagpilian po niyo? Why not you choose travel programs po or food programs po? Why did you choose Brainy Buns or game show pro?
So with our show prior to rebranding, we had like a variety show. So I did travel logs where I would go places and do things traveling, and then we also talked about people's careers, their education. We also did a cooking segment
Oy,
where we
okay.
actually cooked on air.
Mm.
Yes, and everybody loved that. But what happened was we did one game show, and our executive producer said, "Hey, you should rebrand as a game show." So that's what we did, Paul.
Mm.
But like I said, we did a cooking segment that we really liked.
Mm.
But the thing is, if you run out of things to cook, then you
Mm.
might run out of a show. And it gets pretty expensive because you have to buy all the ingredients.
Totoo
And like I
yun,
said,
ha?
it's just
It
me, it's
takes
just me and
time,
Nate. And so
nabo.
it's hard pull. But
Mm,
we really did enjoy the cooking segments. We did
mm,
one where it was summer beverages. So it's all the
mm,
different drinks that you could have for the summer. And
mm,
then we also did summer food when it's
mm,
too hot to cook. What are the
mm.
things you could do so you don't have to cook? And then we also did, oh, I think a very popular one, which I think Kacheng you should do is we did lumpia everything.
Uy,
So
yeah.
Ooh.
Gusto namin yan.
no Shanghai, no turon, but what would you put in a lumpia wrapper? So we did one where we put bananas in Nutella. We did apple pie, but in a
That's a
lumpia
twist, ah.
wrapper.
Twist, oh.
Opo, and then I made sushi, but instead of wrapping it in seaweed, we wrapped it in lumpia wrapper, and then we fried it. And of course, we had studio audience who got to taste it. So
Mm,
that was a very fun show, but it just takes so much preparation, and
mm,
and we don't have like all the equipment we want to do a real studio to do a cooking show, but you should watch it for one time. You'll see we had angles from the top so that
mm.
you could see the food being cooked, and then you can see their reaction when they're eating things if they actually liked it or not.
Saya nun, ano? Ate
That's really
Angela.
nice po and exciting as well. But going back to your original rebrand po, no? How do you do the games po, Sister Arnie? Do you change it from time to time, or you have this certain games that you do every time you air, or and then the brethren will join and then they try it?
Okay, so what we do is we have one person who is our answer key. They have all the answers, and it's up to them if they want to give the right answer or the wrong answer. And then we have two contestants. And so usually we try to get different people from different places to join. Like I said, we're going to take the studio wherever we need to go to get it. And so it's trivia style, but we also try to do something else to make it interesting. So one of the different features we have right now was I went to the grocery store and took pictures of fruits and vegetables, like zoomed in. And so
Mhm.
when you look at the picture, you don't know what it is. You have to try to guess what it is. And so the
Mm,
contestants have to guess. So that's one segment. Another segment we're going to do is like the surprise box, where the audience could see what's in the box, but the contestants cannot. And then they have to put their hand in there and try to figure out what it is they're feeling.
mm.
So we do have other ideas,
That's
but it's
good.
still on the premise of a game show. So
Mm,
that way it's not going to be the same thing and people get bored. We're trying to come up with different concepts, still coming out with a game show type,
mm,
but still to tie in. Because the other thing we're going to do was like, because everybody liked the food segment. So I said, oh, maybe we'll do a blind taste test for chocolates, right? And you
mm,
have to take a bite of the chocolate and say what kind of chocolate it is. So
mm,
things like that. So we have different ideas that we haven't done yet, but it's in the works, Paul. Yes.
mm. Oh,
Oh, that's really nice po, Sister Arnie. And we'll make sure to look forward to it po.
mm.
Yes, please, everyone tune in.
Mm,
Even people in the Philippines tune in. It's very fun because you'll learn a lot. Like I said, with trivia, it's anything with history, with arts, with entertainment. So it's not just one subject.
Category.
It could be a variety. And the fun part is it's
mm,
not even whether or not they get the answers right or wrong. It's
mm,
sometimes how they like to answer. For example, one of the questions was what is the smallest waterfall of Niagara Falls, right? And so even people who's watching and tuning into the chat, they'll type in there Niagara Junior, even though that's not really what it is, but it's just funny, right? So that's the thing. Our audience is very good at interacting with us with these coming up with funny answers that we know is really not the right answer.
What do you feel po, Ate Arnie, na yung mga viewers natin from the live chat are enjoying po your program and hindi nila mapigilan yung sarili na mag-comment po, answering your
And their
questions po.
answers.
What's your feeling po about that po?
Yes, but I mean, like we're very fortunate because if you look at any of our live chats, all of it has something to do with the show. Like they're
Yes.
not just saying hello; they're
Yeah.
actually participating. And even when we show pictures of the close-up objects that they don't know what it is, everyone's just typing in there trying to guess what it could be. And then, like I said, when we ask questions, they like to put funny answers.
Mm-mm.
And so the other thing that we did on our show, Kuya Cheng, is when you're watching it, and if your answer is funny, we show it on air where they could see their comment
Mm.
feeding while
Wow,
we're airing
oo.
po.
That's
And
very
so
engaging
the
po,
more
ah.
they see it,
Mm.
the more they see it, then the more they'll participate in the
Mm.
chats. And
Mm.
so we're very fortunate po that when they're actually chatting, it's part of the show. It's
Mm.
not just random hello hello,
Mm.
but and then we'll read it, and when we read it, they get excited that we feature their comments. Opo.
Yun. Talagang yung nakakatuwa doon Ate Angela po na very responsive and very active po yung mga nasa live chat. They participate po in answering the questions po or sharing their ideas po. Nakakatuwa po yung ganun. And very
Yes po.
fulfilling in our part. That's our,
Exactly.
and then di ba, nakakataba
Yes
ng
po,
puso.
Pastor.
That it only shows that your program is pinakikinabangan, di ba? Ng mga viewers natin and listeners po natin dito sa INCRadio. Sino po yung mga contributor po? Ate Arnie, ng mga questions, idea, how do you manage your time po na magsama-sama kayo? Do you have a fixed
Schedule.
schedule ng pre-production or conceptualization sa mga susunod po ng mga episode po?
Yes, but so we do have pre-productions on Monday nights, but for the most part, with Nate, he does all the rundown. I come up with all the questions, whether it's going on Google or different places, different sources to find questions. We'll do the questions, and then Nate does all the rundown and get all the signatures and everything like that. So it's a two-man team, and then like I said, with the different segments with the pictures. I go out to the grocery store and take pictures of things. And then when we do our other segments, we just talk amongst ourselves. Oh, I want to do this. And then so I'm going to bring it. And then if it's something he wants to do, then it's something that he contributes to Paul. But it is, we try to come up with different ideas so that it's always fresh. It's not going to always be the same thing, Paul.
Yeah. Sister Arnie, have you ever had this experience po wherein, for example, you have to think about the questions and you're just in one place and you saw one thing like, pwede to. I can ask this question. I can put this. Do you
Yes,
get
Paul.
that?
Yes. All the time, and it's not even just the questions. I think a lot of the things that that comes up in my mind is when I'm doing something and I'm like, oh, they said they wanted more with food, let's do a taste test. Because what we were thinking also is maybe do a taste test, because how everyone says, oh, I know Pepsi, I know Coke, I could tell the difference, right? And so we're going to do a blind taste test and see, can they really tell the difference between the different brands and things like that. So we do come up with ideas, but when we execute it, it's still when we decide for. So it's still in the works, but it's something we're going to do. Yes,
Yeah.
Paul.
We actually have this one question po. Like, what were the changes po that happened in your satellite studio right after the rebranding po? What were the changes done po?
I think with this one, it's much easier because before the rebranding, we had to think of topics, and we're trying to think of topics that not everyone else is going to do, right? Because the one thing you don't want is everyone's doing the same topic. Like, for example, in June, everyone always does a graduation, right? So we didn't do a graduation episode. And we said, oh no, let's do a cooking segment and let's do summer drinks instead, as opposed to doing a graduation. And so things like that. So before the rebranding, we had to come up with different topics. We had to find guests who knew about the topic. And so sometimes it was very limiting. So sometimes it's just me and Nate talking the whole time because we couldn't find a guest. With the rebranding, it's much easier because, like I said, a lot of it is going to be trivia, and it doesn't matter what kind of questions we're asking. We're not limited to the different questions. And then also with the rebranding, because it's a game show, now we could come up with different ideas that pertains to a game show. We don't have to think about the different settings. We don't have to think about getting things together. I think it just makes it much easier. Now the only thing we're trying to do now is we're just trying to make it better, whether it's what it looks like on camera or the different technologies we're trying to use. We're just trying to make it better. That's our goal now.
Yun, talaga namang mga producer po natin, Ate Angela, sa mga satellite studio. Hindi sila napipigilan at sila ay tuloy-tuloy po sa pag-innovate po ng kanilang mga programa para lalo pang pakinabangan po ng mga viewers and listeners po natin. What is your
Yes
message
po.
po to your production team na po ng South Central State Satellite Studio po, Sister Arnie?
So I'm very grateful because Nate, first of all, he's very easy to work with, and we could bounce ideas off each other and make it work. But he's the one who always wants to make the show better. We started off with camera and a microphone, and he said,
Mhm.
no, we need to do more. So then we got more equipment. And then after that, he says, we need to do more visuals. And he says, we need to change our thumbnails, make it more captivating. And
Yes.
then, so like I said, even with just getting people's comments up from YouTube onto the screen so that they could see it, that was his idea, and he found a way to do that. And
Mm-mm.
so even now with our game show, it's either they're right or they're wrong. That's the only option they have. And so now he's trying to come up with a way where they're going to be able to type in their answers instead of just right and wrong, and be able to show that on the screen. So I'm just very grateful. He's very techy, and
Mm-mm.
because I can do one webcam and one speaker, and that's it. But
Mm-mm.
for him, he has all the technology, he has all the knowledge when it comes to that, and he's always doing things to make it improve. And then also to Brother Romilu, like I said, he's very generous because he's also techie,
Mm-mm.
and fortunately he's there with us, and he's able to help us when it comes to doing tech, so that Nate could also help me host, and it's not just me. But we're a small crew, but we're grateful because we work well together, and we just want to always make it better and better every single time.
Yo.
Yes, Paul.
And also your message po to all the supporters, the viewers and listeners po, every time you have your
Yes.
program po.
Oh, yes, we're very grateful because, like I said, we're spread out throughout different states, but we always have people from Kansas, from Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, Memphis. They're always tuning in,
Mm-mm.
and sometimes, like, even though we've never met them, we know who they are because of their names when they show up on YouTube. Whether they're greeting or whether they're participating in the answers. And so a few of them I actually met for the first time at the choir gathering. I'm like, oh, Sister Fredalyn, that's you. I always talk about you on radio, and I always mention your name on radio, but we finally get to see them. So I'm very grateful that we have a good audience that does tune in every week. Because we're on Saturday mornings here in the States at 11:30 Central Time. And so it's in the middle of the day, they could be out doing other things, but they actually take the time to tune in. And
Mm-mm.
so we're very grateful for that they're able to do that.
And thank you so much, Sister Arnie, for sharing your experiences, your about your program po, and what to expect for your next episode sa Brainy Bunch po ng South Central State.
So tomorrow when we air, like I said, I'm taking the mobile studio with me. Brother Nate's not going to be with me, so I got to see if I could run the tech and everything by myself. So hopefully, with God's help, everything's going to go well. But like I said, we do have other segments that we're going to try in the upcoming weeks, where it's going to be
Mm.
a taste test, also feeling things and trying to guess what they are. And we're going to try to do a different way of asking the questions. And so tune into that one, because that one's going to be a surprise.
Mm. And we're
Yes
going
po.
to expect that po, and aabangan po namin dito sa Pilipinas yung mga bago ninyong mga segment po na yan sa inyong programa South Central State po. Ate
Yes.
Angela, do you have any question to Sister Arnie?
Well, I just would like to thank Sister Arnie po and the whole team for making sure that the program keeps on improving. How we show that we hate being stagnant po, because we
Mm.
would like everyone to enjoy the program, and of
Yes.
course to help our pamamahala po. So thank you so much for what you're doing, Sister Arnie. And we'll look forward po to the best version po ng ating program.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, thank you so much, Sister Arnie. Palapakan po natin Sister Arnie from INCRadio South Central States. Yan po. And any shout out po or any message po from or to our brethren po?
I just want to say hello to everybody. If you want us to come to your location, you just let us know, send us a message, and we'll go there. We're willing to go anywhere in the world, to have our show and to get participants from different places. So just, feel free to reach out to us po.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sister Arnie, sa pag-join po ninyo sa ating program. And we love our discussion today. And I hope we will always report po the all satellite studio po of INCRadio in different parts of the world po. Thank you so much. And we also would like to acknowledge po Brother Manly Andaya for accommodating us in our program po. And also, thank you so much po kay Ate Jelay Arce, saan ka man naroroon, Ate Diana, Kuya Bryson Ponsones, and Kuya Chris Esguera. Ate Angela, last words?
Yes. I just like to invite everyone po to keep on watching our satellite studio on review po. This is every Saturdays, 7 a.m. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. po Philippine time, no? Nasanay po ako sa Japan time. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. here in Japan po. So, mga kapatid, patuloy po nating suportahan ang ating programa at matuto, makilala ang iba't ibang satellite studio po at mag-enjoy. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Sister Arnie and Ate Angela. Thank you so much din po sa mga gwapo natin. Napakasisipag po na mga technical supervisor po natin today. Kuya Danny Borgius and Kuya Henry Laborte. Ayan, mga tropang nagagabay ang kabataan. Nandito na. Oh, si Kuya Jok at si Kuya RB. And Ate Faith ay nakaready na ho para ihatid sa atin ng susunod po na programa na gagabayang kabataan. Ayun. At syempre, wag bibitaw po sa mga programa po natin dito sa INCRadio. Don't forget po, Business Beat, tomorrow po, Sip to Success, wag niyong kalilimutan. At saka yung mga buzzword po nila dyan, dami ha. Marami. Talaga namang susubaybayan po natin yan. 7 to 8 in the evening po. Sunday po yan. Business Beat po ng INCRadio Calabarzon. Git sa lahat ang ating pong pasasalamat sa ating pong tagapamahalang pangkalahatan, kapatid ni Eduardo V. Manalo, at nice po namin bumati po ng advance happy birthday po sa inyo. Happy birthday po. Sa ating pong pangalawang tagapamahalang pangkalahatan, kapatid na Angelo Eranio V. Manalo, we love you so much po. Sa ngalan po ng mga kasama po namin dito sa INCRadio Satellite Studio, Ate Jelay RC, Kuya Bryson Ponsones, Ate Shiro, si Ranista, syempre Ate Angela, and Ate Diana Ronquillo, ay samahan niyo po kami sa susunod na Sabado para sa panibagong kwentuhan with our satellite studio ng INCRadio sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Ako po ang kapatid na Cheng Dilawa, see you again on Saturday dito lamang po sa Satellite Studio on Review. Bye-bye po! Happy weekend!
Happy weekend po!
News Reporter.
Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board o LTFRB ang
News Anchor.
kaibigan ng katotohanan.
Film and Content Creator. Ang UP alumna at kasalukuyang Creative Director ng Net25 Online Media. Papaanong ang malawak na kaalaman sa broadcast media at sa mga isyu ng lipunan sa ating bansa ay nakatulong para matunton niya ang katotohanan. Ating kilalanin si kapatid na Cheris